Do you know how to identify institutional zones? Why is institutional zone very much important? And how do you identify these zones of the institution? Institutional zones are those zones where institutions inject in price. They are the determinant of the major price movement in the market. And as such, if you can be able to identify the zones where they make their decision, it simply means that you will be able to participate in the movement of price in that particular direction. Having said that, how do you identify the zones? One of the easiest and simple way for us to identify institutional zone is by understanding the movement of price from that zone and the candlestick formation after that particular move. So let's look at these zones. Now, one of the way to help you focus on some of these few zones is by the use of the zigzag indicator. The zigzag indicator will help you to highlight some of these zones that you can consider, and then you can filter the rest of the zones. So looking at this, you can see that from our zigzag indicator, we have price reversal from these zones. We have price reversal from this zone. So which simply means that these zones have something that we need to pay attention to. If we have a reversal from here, a reaction from here, a reaction from here, a reaction from here, it means that there is something peculiar about these zones that we need to study. So, how do we then determine these zones of the institution? Looking at these zones, you can see the movement of price from these zones. How do price live here? You can see that we have a bullish engulfing candle. So, after this bullish engulfing candle that was formed, can you see how price move from here? You can see bullish candle, bullish candle, bullish candle, bullish candle. Now, a retail trader can never move price in such way. So this is a clear institutional movement. This is an institutional zone. So we have identified this by the nature of how price move. There is no ranging of price. Price just moves swiftly from that zone. So this is our institutional zone. So what is the advantage? All we'll do, we'll mark these zones, and we are expecting that when price come into this zone, we should be looking forward for opportunity. If we get a bullish confirmation, we'll buy to the upside. Or when price break out of this zone, we are expecting it to retest this zone, give us a bearish confirmation, and that will continue selling to the downside. Which means that we have major zones to focus on and to pay attention to as far as price movement is concerned. Now let's look at this one. Look at this zone here. At these zones, what can you see? Can you write in the comment section what pattern, what candlestick formation do you see, and how do you define the movement of price from this particular zone? So you can see that here we have a typical bearish engulfing candle. So our major focus is on two candle pattern, the bearish engulfing or bullish engulfing candle, the bullish pin bar or the bearish pin bar candlestick formation. So now look at how price left. You can see the speed, bearish candle, this is a 4-hour. So for you to see such a momentum, it shows that this is indeed an institutional movement. And then you can see again how price left that zone. Can you see that movement all the way to this point? So we can mark these zones, and as well mark these zones as our what? As our institutional zone. And I will now be expecting price to come into those zones for us to make our trading decision. So here we have this zone. So what we want to see, if price tap into this zone and give us a bearish confirmation, we will sell to the downside. And if price break through this zone, we are expecting it to retest it and give us a bullish confirmation, we'll continue buying to the upside. This is simple, this is perfect, and you can do this anytime on your own. Look at this zone here. this particular zone, you can see that we have double bar pattern. You can see that. So this is an institutional movement. Look at how price left that zone. Now price has already played out from that zone, but let's see what was the behavior of price after price break this zone, because we are expecting that when price came into this zone, price should do what? Price will give us a bullish pattern for us to buy. Obviously, we did not get that bullish pattern, so price break through it. So it should be that price break it, we test it, and then we sell. So let's look at our 1 hour and see if we had exactly what we were talking about. Fine, look at it now. This plays out beautifully well. Let me zoom for you to see. Do you see that? Price now came all the way. Price break that zone. Look at what happened. Price pulled back into that zone to retest it. Do you see that? And after that retest, we have this bearish engulfing candle. So you now see that you will sell after the bearish engulfing candle. Your stop loss is here. And if you are a trader that you want to maintain a very tight stop loss, you can put your stop loss here. This is a bearish engulfing candle. This is your sell entry, and then you can see how price sold all the way to this point. So that is how beautiful this pattern works. So the break and retest might not be obvious on the 4 hour. Do you get? But when you move down to a lower time frame, you will see how clear this pattern works. So this pattern are provable. This pattern works across all pair. Let's look at currency pair, though this is weekend and price is closed at the moment. Okay, and that is why the chart is not moving, so we can't get our indicator up. So let's look at volatility indices. So now this is volatility what? This is volatility 75. So you can see that these zones is marked out here, and I want you to see how price left the zone. You can see that bearish pin bar, then see the momentum that follow, right? So that is exactly how price will leave all of these zones. Then look at this point. Do you see that? Then price move. This is an institutional movement. So let's mark this zone, because we are expecting price that when price came back to this zone, we should have a bullish engulfing candle. So look at what happened. The engulfing candle we are looking at is either a pin bar or an engulfing candle. So here we have our pin bar, and then you see how it plays out. But when price came to that zone again, what happened? Price break through that zone, and then let's look if we had the retest for that zone. Let's come to our 1 hour time frame and see exactly how it plays out. Can you see this on the 1 hour time frame? Look at what happened. Price break through that zone. It pulled back to retest it. Look at what it gave us. When it pulled back, it retested it. It gave us a bearish engulfing candle. Do you see that? And then you can now sell from here. Your stop loss is here. Can you see that movement? So this is simple. It is easy going. There is no any trick attached to this. This strategy is super good. Just following institutional movement and the patterns of this candle, and you will be amazed at how your trading result will be. Thank you for watching, and if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do it to subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video. And do not forget to give this video a like and share. Thank you, and see you in our subsequent video.